It's until PlayStation. I can't wait for that. But hot on the heels of this morning's huge announcement, here is Rare studio head Craig Duncan to tell us about more about Rare Replay. So Craig, Phil Spencer was just here talking about how he said to you guys, you know, in important history, 30 years of Rare. Replay is, you know, the game that I think a lot of fans wanted to see. We saw a really cool teaser, you know, sort of in the press conference, very dramatic about how it's revealed. But I just want to ask you about, how's this thing play? Yeah. So is it just a library of all of the old games remastered? Or?
It's every one of your gaming memories that in the way that you want to remember them. So I think, you know, a studio like Rare, 30 years, I mean, our industry is barely 30 years old. Different eras of Rare games have touched different players in different ways, and everyone has their favourites. You know, mine was as a 13-year-old teenager playing Battletoads. Like that was just my era of gaming.
Wow.
And you know, but equally, I can share games that were made in the 80s and 90s with my 12-year-old son that you know just can't even comprehend why you know there would be a sprite-based game called you know Snake Rattle and Roll that's difficult and complex. And what we've done is try to recreate these in the way you would remember them, but then add, you know, cheat modes, and we've got this great feature where you can rewind the gameplay. So, you know, games were tough back then, and when you kind of get stuck, you can rewind and go back.
I didn't know that's just a rewind feature. We can go back in any game.
In any game where we so anything up to our 360 era games, basically.
Oh wow. That's really cool, because I imagine, you know, remastering them is, you know, not an easy task, and bringing them up. Did you guys do that all at Rare? Did you work with a bunch of studios?
We done most of the work at Rare. We worked with a couple of outsourced companies to do some of the tech work, and I think with that, you know, we sat as a studio a year ago, and it's kind of funny just seeing everything realised now, and we said, a year from now, 30th anniversary. So what do we want to do? How are we going to celebrate? And we could do a film, we could do a documentary, which actually a ton of documentary footage went into Rare Replay. So there's origin stories of all the games.
I didn't know that. So you have like video footage of the
video footage, developer interviews of current staff, ex-staff.
Stampers in it?
Stampers aren't in it, but we did have Greg Mills. Greg Mills went out and showed the build to those guys, and they sent us a lovely kind of message just in terms of like really liked the way we'd done the engineering and the creativity. And it's just a celebration of 30 years of gaming. It's a celebration of everything Rare's done.
And not bad for $30. That's a great package.
$30 or £20 in the UK, and it's a phenomenal value proposition. But we really wanted to, like, we almost treated it as a gift, and we just wanted to say, hey, what better way of celebrating Rare's 30th is just give the whole kind of behind the curtain of 30 great games that Rare's made over 3 decades.
Really smart that you guys are doing that, and I'm sure people are going to love to jump into it. So when is it going to come out?
So it's out August 4th.
Okay.
So very soon. So some of the team are here on the show floor, chatting and demoing various games to people and letting people play and get hands-on. Right. The other members of the team are finishing up and just adding those last bits of polish as we get it finished. And also working on something new, right? Yeah. So again, like if I think back to a year ago and we said, we're going to show up at E3, we're going to celebrate our 30th, and we're going to announce a new IP. And then we did that this morning. Yes. And so, you know, one of the biggest days in Rare's history, hugely excited. How big is the team working on the new IP? It's 2/3, 3/4 of the studio. Wow. Okay. So we're about 120-person studio. Okay. This is a big initiative. I mean, graphically, it looks incredible, and I can't wait to see where you guys go with it. Yeah, I mean, it's a tease. It's our first reveal. You know, to use the pirate analogy, it's the first clue to the treasure hunt that is Sea of Thieves. Here, you guys showed off this morning. So this is a game that is obviously not this year, it's much further out. But I mean, it was really us saying, hey, this is what Rare's working on. We do have, you know, we definitely wanted to show and not tell. So what you're seeing is real in-engine gameplay footage. Yeah. Every player that's moving there is controlled by someone using a controller. And it's really about, you know, we want to show when we've got things to show. Yeah. So, later on this year, we'll have some more things to show, and we can't wait to do that. We do have a notorious skeleton pirate in our studio at Rare called Captain Bones. So if people want to tweet Captain Bones at the Ask Captain Bones handle, you may get some insight into what this game is all about. He will share. He's a bit power mad, so he thinks it's his game, but it's not. It's our game. But please tweet him, and he'll give you some insight. Well, it feels like it's definitely going to be somewhat whimsical, which is what we like from Rare. It seems like tease some multiplayer elements as well, right? Yep. There's, I mean, as I said in my setup to the video. It's a shared world adventure game.
Yeah.
We want players to play it in their own way. It is a multiplayer game. You've seen gamer tags in there. They were real play sessions that we did in the studio that we captured for our E3 reveal.
Well, it's cool. It's great to see Rare back stronger than ever, and we can't wait to see where you guys go. Craig, thank you so much for coming by.
Cheers. Thank you, Jeff.